Hello, welcome to a video here. I got this. I was trying to test the amp draw with something that didn't work the first time I tried this video. So we're gonna try this. This will work better. That other thing I had during the first video isn't rated for 10 amps. So this is a whirlpool 10,000 BTU window air conditioning unit. I had to replace a couple, I think the capacitor, I don't remember, it's been a little while. This is a 98 year air conditioner, if you can kind of see that back there, 98. And it's a 10 amps, so we should never see this go over 10 amps when we turn it on. This is not the right cover for this air conditioner. This is the cover that goes on this air conditioner. This one is junk. It does not work. This is the cover that came with that air conditioner. But I like the cover with the wood grain on it better than this boring faded white one. So I'm going to just use this cover. I had to replace the cord on this because it was busted. So I got a new cord on it. It's all zip tied and good. This was installed on a wall. I just pulled it out recently, but I haven't messed with it any. The finish on this thing just comes off. It needs to be, maybe it can repaint the top of this someday, but needs some cleaning here. I cleaned the coil on it last night. So I want to see what we draw on low fan. These are not the nubs for it either. Those are plastic. These also came off of there. So, let's turn it on. We're on low fan. Okay. That's the amperage there. This is going to be on medium fan. Okay. Well, now we're going to put it to high fan. High fan. So the condenser on this one looks good. It's not too damaged. It is damaged a little bit. So let's turn it on now. And like I said, I can feel the air coming out of this thing. I can feel it way back here. This thing has a very powerful fan on it. So we're currently drawing 1.15 amps. Or 1.5 amps on this thing. So now I would like to turn on the compressor and see the amp draw with the compressor and high fan. So let's turn the thermostat on. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there, it draws 8 amps startup, and we're running 9.4 amps. 9.44 amps, just about. So you didn't really hear it start up good, so we'll listen to it for a second. So back here we're blowing out nice warm air. Nice warm air on this end. Not hot, it's warm. It's not super hot outside. And on this end, right here is where the most air comes out of. I don't know why it doesn't come out evenly. Point them that way and it ain't gonna do it. Point that one that way and it ain't gonna hear going that way. But I'm just pointing them to the middle to blow the most air here. This is nice cold air coming out of this side. we'll pull this back and look at the coil. The coil looks good. It has some moisture on it already, so that's a plus. Other information in there. I would take this out, but you have to take screws and stuff apart to do it. This one does not have an outside air damper though. I did like that about the other one. It had an outdoor air damper. Alright. That's what the compressor sounds like. Don't do it for very long. This is my medium fan. Still blowing nice and cold, and this is on low fan. We're blowing nice and cold. Feels actually really good coming out of here. This thing, I thought it wasn't great, but it's working really good. This sets on top of that one, so that one doesn't work. So this is what we'll do with this. This will be saved if like a power outage or we can't run our central air, so our generator will run this. So I'll put this in the one room and I have in the kitchen window and run a separate cord to it. And then in the rest of the house, I might have two other window airs, one in the kitchen and one in the bedroom. This will cool, or living room, kitchen, and one bedroom. And this will keep the house cool. Or if our old central air ever breaks, this will go in the kitchen to run, keep it cool in there. So here's the inside of this thing while it's running. Let's see. Let's look at the fan. What is the rating? 1.6. Well, we never went over that. There's the motor. And the compressor is over there. So that's the compressor right over there. There's the capacitor. There's the fan going around. Let's see if I can back out a little further. That's the inside of it. I did drill a drain hole. It's on the other side. It's kind of rusted from not having one. Now it's hot air coming out back here just on low fan. This is what the water would have came out before, but the new drain hole is, let me turn it so you can see it. That's the new drain hole to let water get out. Now it's making a lot of noise. It's very quiet. The fan is kind of noisy, but it's pretty quiet. This drives me nuts that this doesn't have a box to slide in on the bottom. I hate that. Let's put it back to high fan. Yep, a lot of air coming out. That's what you want to see. And on the back end, we're blowing pretty hot now. So, coil slightly damaged, but not bad. This has been running a while. It's stabilized out right around just over 10 amps. And the voltage, I don't know what the voltage is. We could test it, but I don't really want to. So yeah, I got 10 amps there. It does kind of bounce around, but this thing works good, come to say the least. It was in a window, so if you look here, the finish on it is garbage. So I might get some white paint, really get this cleaned up with some soapy water and repaint it white. Here's where the air goes in on the sides. But yeah, nice cold air. Let's get a look at the evaporator again. We got some water over there and right there too. That's fine. Doesn't hurt to have some water in there. But yeah, and the fins on this one actually work. I think the other one, yeah, it looks nice with this cover on there. I did put metal knobs on it. They are not the right ones. They're supposed to be plastic ones. I put the plastic one on this air conditioner here. amps. That one does not work very good. It's great. That thing is a 68 model air conditioner. Or no, 69 Sears cold spot, but the fan in it is pretty bad. The bearings in it are horrible, so it sounds awful. But if we ever had to use it, we could. So I had another, this is a 10,000, that other one's a 12,000. They're both in the same case. I think that the compressor on this one is bigger. I don't know. This has almost the same motor in it, so if I ever had to replace the motor in this one, I have a spare. Hopefully this one will last a long time. This would stick out of the window a long ways, but who cares? It works good. And I got a new 8,000 I'd put in the living room, put this in the kitchen. So, and then I have a 5,200 in the bedroom. I don't know if the generator can run 3 of them all at once, but shut this one off and run that one at night. Or depending on where the generator is, if you plug it in from the front of the house, this could run in the living room, and we don't have one in the kitchen at all, and just this one in the bedroom. But before I was running 2 5,000, so this is equivalent of 2 5,000, and it uses less amps because the 5,000s are like 6. So I think this one uses a little less power than 2 5,000s, but I don't know. So let's go check the amperage again. We're still blowing hot out of there. I'd like to 10.2 amps. Yeah. Yep. It sounds really good. Just listen to it for a second. So let's shut the compressor off. And the fan should be stabled out at 1.45. 1.45. And this is no longer hot coming out of here. This is what you want. You want it to run for a second before it shuts off. Then shut it off. So fan only doesn't have high, medium, and low like the other one did. But that's alright. It has high only fan on. But who cares? So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.